stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning once again, everyone. We're going to move on to item number 4, discussion and deliberation to adopt, amend, and adopt or reject Nye County Resolution number 2019-39, a resolution declaring Nye County as a Second Amendment sanctuary.
Madam Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a change to it. First of all, on page 1, down towards the bottom where it says Commonwealth, I would like to change that to state because we don't traditionally call ourselves a Commonwealth. Besides that, I'd like to make a motion to amend and adopt Resolution 2019-39, a resolution declaring Nye County as a Second Amendment sanctuary.
Second.
Further discussion?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'd like to suggest a couple of changes too. They don't change the body of it. They're just more or less something that I felt might make it stronger in the wording, if we could change a couple of words. And I also had a request from Frank Maurizio, and I'm trying to find it right here. Let's see. He wanted to know if we could add something to it, to the name of it. Okay, he wanted to know if you could add the word militia. He thought it should say Second Amendment County Militia. And I said, well, I'll go it out there and see.
Nowhere in this thing does it.
Because I'm not sure he had even read it at the time.
Right.
But that would change it to what? Second Amendment Sanctuary to Second Amendment Sanctuary Militia. And my suggestion would have been that we make it Nye County as a Second Amendment Sanctuary County. That was one of the amendments I wanted to add to that. And then where it says, in here where it says, could I put shall?
Okay, so let's go back to a resolution declaring Nye County a Second Amendment sanctuary county.
I'll change my motion to accept that.
Thank you. Does the second accept?
Yeah, second.
Okay, please go on.
Okay, in line number 7, where it says could, I put shall. I wanted to just put some teeth into it. I didn't want to change the body of it. So it would say current session of the United States Congress shall have the effect of infringing on the rights. So any changes that, of course, the Congress makes, it definitely would have, not could have, but would have an effect. So I put shall in place of could.
The problem I have with that is because we don't define the legislation, we just say certain legislation. So theoretically, if I put shall, it could mean any legislation they pass.
Well, it shall have an effect on us. Any legislation they pass shall have. It's not that it could have, it will have.
No, because they make legislation that does not infringe on our rights. That's my point.
But we're
That's why it says could.
Okay, but we're talking about legislation that will infringe upon our rights in here.
Okay, so if I were to read this at the beginning on 6, it says certain legislation introduced in 2019 session. If I go all the way down and I use the word could, it could have an effect, or I use the word shall have an effect. In reality, we never know. I say the wording is okay, if I may, Commissioner Cox. The wording is okay because it could. We really don't know if it will or it won't because that legislation has yet to come at us. Those changes have been made legislatively, but we haven't seen them through fruition as they're being implemented. If we say shall, there's a potential that shall, we don't want it to have an effect on us, and we're saying it shall affect us, not that it could affect us. So I see it the opposite way.
Well, if it was done in the 2019 session, that's what we're addressing is the 2019 session. So that's already been done. It's not like it's going to be changed because it's already there. And so it's not, what we're talking about is what's here now, not what's going to happen in the future. And there's no doubt that whether good or bad, it shall affect us. It doesn't necessarily, if it's not bad and it shall affect us, then that's fine. If it's bad and it shall affect us, that's not good. So,
My point being that if they made legislation in the 2019 session that affected my ability to drive my car, they did because now I have to wear a helmet when I drive my trike. That does not affect my right to keep and bear arms. Other legislation they passed does. That's why it says could.
okay, well, we're addressing, we know that that other exists, like not wearing a helmet. We're basically in here addressing the Second Amendment issues. We're not addressing everything they did in the legislative
But
session.
if you say shall, then you are addressing everything.
Actually, because this way this resolution is written, it doesn't say a specific statute. It doesn't say a specific item within the legislation. So I'm fearful that we say shall, it could impact us on other legislation. Do you see what I'm saying? If I may.
Okay, so if you're happy with could, that's fine. I'm just saying
I
I thought
appreciate
that would address the specific issue with, yeah, if it's there, it will affect us. I mean, maybe it should have been changed to will affect us even. But, okay, so let's go down to number 10.
10.
I don't want to keep us up
You're
forever,
fine.
but
You're fine.
whereas the Nye County Board of Commissioners is concerned about the passage of any bill, whereas, I wanted to change that to whereas the Nye County Board of Commissioners are concerned. Is just didn't seem like the right word. Are was just a correction for English purposes. Because we is concerned versus we are concerned. So that may have been a typo.
Can I ask the DA? That one should be okay, shouldn't it?
Is
Actually,
okay.
if you're talking about grammar.
It's a board, it's a
word
board.
is,
A board is singular.
Right.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
Nye County Board of Commissioners are concerned. We are
concerned.
a board.
The board is concerned.
Okay, so I'll take your opinion on that. It doesn't seem right to me from what I learned in English classes, but that's
My,
okay.
yeah, my mother was an English journalism teacher, so it's drilled into me day after day after day. That's why I'm afraid to open my mouth.
Well, because I'm looking at it as a board, as a whole, not as individual people as an is, but, okay, containing language which could, or which, there we go back to the could and would, containing language which would be interpreted as infringing on the rights of the citizens of Nye County. Again, if they wrote anything as far as the Second Amendment goes, it would infringe upon our rights if it's there. So you can argue that one either way. And then number 14, whereas the Nye County Board of Commissioners does what it says is the Nye County Board of Commissioners wishes to express its deep commitment. And I felt that whereas the Nye County Board of Commissioners does hereby express its deep commitment, because that's what we're doing. We're hereby expressing, we're not wishing. The word wish is kind of, it just sounded.
Does hereby is stronger.
I'll accept that one. I'll change my motion to accept that one.
I think we went by the would, could, and I had no discussion on that. So I think that you can second the does hereby. Would that
You
work
want to
for
hear
you?
it clean? Here.
Just read it.
Whereas the Nye County Board of Commissioners does hereby express its deep commitment to the rights of all citizens of Nye County to keep and bear arms.
Okay.
Okay, and what I would like to do
I'll
is
amend my second.
there's several places that goes, wherever it says wishes, just to change.
So
it, does
each
hereby.
section where it says wishes, that would be 16. It would also be 19.
14, 16, 19.
Anywhere else?
Next page, maybe.
Sorry?
Doesn't fit on 19. Whereas the Nye County Board of Commissioners
Does hereby, number 19.
Intend to stand is how that should read. So that
wishes to have to come out.
wishes to, and no, and you shouldn't need express, correct?
Yeah, well,
Nye County Board of Commissioners does hereby intend to stand.
that's good.
So there's 3 places where it says wishes to, those get replaced was by does hereby. I'll change my motion for those.
And the second?
Second.
Okay, and,
For clarification, we're
We'll
changing
read the whole thing in.
14, 16, 19, it's coming out, but then we're putting in Board of Commissioners intend to stand.
yeah, because it says intent, so we're taking out
But that's going to
It's-
change to intend.
and change,
Does hereby intend to stand.
yes. Okay. Intend to stand as a sanctuary county for, and I added its Second Amendment rights, because it just says for Second Amendment rights. Do you want to do this? That just sounded a little odd. It seems like it should say for its Second Amendment rights, maybe, or maybe not.
I don't
Anybody
see
want to
that,
put its in
Commissioner.
there?
I think
It's
we're good
on line
there.
20.
I'm good the way I am.
Okay, so we'll take that out. And the United States and the Commonwealth of Nevada. I thought it would be stronger if we added the United States and the Commonwealth of the State of Nevada.
We,
Already
we,
changed that. I took Commonwealth out and changed it to state,
so
Okay,
it would
thank you
read
for
the
that.
United States and the state of Nevada was the first.
because we're not a Commonwealth state per se.
Okay. And then it continues on, unconstitutionally restrict
line
such
are you on?
rights. I'm on 21, restrict such rights and will, I changed I added will instead of to, and will use all legal means instead of, and to use such legal means at its disposal. I just changed it to, and will use all legal means at its disposal.
DDA?
In other words, if they try to impose upon us, they're going to run into issues.
I don't think that change is bad. It doesn't affect the intent. Maybe it's a better word than to use.
Okay, thank you.
Right, I'll
Can we do
agree.
that?
Second.
Second.
Okay.
So instead of to will on 22?
Correct.
And then continuing on with that sentence, means at its disposal to protect the right of the citizens. And I just added an S to that, protect the rights of the citizens. Because it says citizens' rights, just sounded right to add an S to that along with citizens, because we're trying to protect the rights of the citizens instead of the rights of, or the right of the citizens.
May I read that? Then it would say, and the will to use such legal means at its disposal to protect the right of the citizen or to protect the rights of the citizens.
Yeah, we either have to
It
add
should be
an S
rights.
or,
We like, I
Yeah.
believe that's good.
That wasn't
For
the
a
way I read the modification, so just reading back, it'll go,
Please
any
do.
efforts to unconstitutionally restrict such rights will use such legal means at its disposal. Do you want to put the will now?
I just want to put, well,
An
Keep
S
going.
on right.
whatever changes she wants. I
protect-
just wanted to add an S to right,
To
Says
protect the
the right.
rights of the citizen.
yeah, instead of just right.
So if I read again, if you start up there on where the paragraph is, has the comma, on 22, and will use such legal means at its disposal to protect the rights of the citizens.
Okay,
And it should
First
say,
and second on that, please?
I'll go.
go ahead.
Okay.
rights of the citizens, and then I threw in of Nye County to keep and bear arms.
I don't
Do we
think
need
that's
the Nye
necessary. We've
County
already,
or not?
it is a Nye County resolution.
Okay, so we can cross that off.
Thank you.
Oh, excuse me. Line 23, the power of appropriations of any public funds. In other words, I thought that maybe that by saying this public funds would restrict us to a certain fund.
No,
Does not.
I don't
If it
see
says
that
of
either.
any public funds, then we could use whatever was available to us at the time, because this would be considered basically an emergency situation.
What
And we
public
may
fund
have
is
to-
any.
We may have to dub into a fund other than whatever fund may be appropriated to this.
It doesn't sound like you have support for that item.
Public
Okay.
fund is public fund, it's any public fund.
Okay,
I think you're gonna be okay with public.
I just don't wanna have an argument
you don't
at
wanna
the
have a-
time if we need an
Yes, you're exactly
emergency
right.
situation.
Looking
comes
at this
about.
board, I don't see a problem.
Yeah, but see, this board may not always be here, so
True
what we
story.
do, we have to do for in the future.
I can't imagine the citizens of this county electing people who are against guns.
Yeah,
Anybody out there agree with me?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I stay here, I feel safe here. Okay, line 3 on the second page, again, it says, "The Board of County Commissioners hereby expresses its intent to uphold." I thought perhaps we could change that to "The Board of County Commissioners hereby expresses our will to uphold the second."
How about this? Since you've been pretty consistent, that the Board of Nye County Commissioners hereby intends to uphold. There's no need to express it. We just intend to uphold. Intends to uphold the Second Amendment. So throw an S behind it,
Okay.
behind the intent,
I'll go.
express
All right.
it's gone.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. Sorry about this, guys. Next time you need to throw it at me ahead of time. The rights under this, okay, number 6, the rights,
Knock on wood.
the rights under the Second Amendment of the citizens of Nye County to bear arms. Oh, and number 7, that one, uses the, okay, number 5, I'm sorry. Uses the restrict Second Amendment rights or to aid in the, no, that one I marked as okay. Never mind, I'm sorry. You shouldn't let me get my hands on things like this when I have too much
Well,
time to think
we'll
about
work
it.
on it earlier next time.
That the Nye County Board of Commissioners, that was another does hereby declares. I put does, I just added the word does hereby declares. Or we could probably leave that one out. The Nye County Board of Commissioners hereby declares, so we're good on that one. And then I added its opposition to any unconstitutional restrictions on its citizens' right to keep and bear arms.
So you're adding opposed, you're adding any between opposed and unconstitutional restrictions.
I'm adding its opposition to any unconstitutional restrictions. So I'm adding those 3 words, or 4 words, its opposition to any unconstitutional restrictions.
I'm
Then-
gonna read
okay,
what we
I'm on
got.
Number 7.
Yeah, number 7, Nye County Board of County Commissioners, it currently reads, hereby declares its intent to oppose unconstitutional restrictions.
And I changed that to its opposition to any, instead of its intent to. Well, I want them to know we are opposed. We don't intend to be imposed, we are opposed. So it declares, we as a county declare our opposition to any unconstitutional restrictions,
Mr. Chair,
not intent.
just a suggestion, or Madam Chair.
Mrs. Chair, yeah.
What if we just put it hereby declare, or hereby opposes unconstitutional restrictions?
Declares, okay, so hereby, we would take out declares, take out
It's
hereby.
intent, all that comes out, so then it would read, the Nye County Commissioners hereby opposes unconstitutional restrictions.
Or I guess it would be oppose. to
Oppose,
it with
thank you,
board,
sir.
yeah.
Oppose, okay.
Okay,
Okay,
first,
Well,
second,
I'd like to know what the change is.
you got it.
Well,
taking out declares as an intent to. Change it to opposes.
Just
So I'll read it
opposes.
again,
Hereby opposes unconstitutional restrictions.
correct.
and then I just added on its citizens,
Opposes.
on its citizens' right to keep and bear arms, because it says on the, and what is the? So the is its citizens. So I changed it on number 8 to unconstitutional restrictions on its citizens' right to keep and bear arms, instead of on the right to keep and bear arms. Because this is about the people.
Hereby opposes unconstitutional
Fine,
Could I interject?
Go ahead.
Ed Richardson, Nye County DA.
please.
So this paragraph that begins on line 7 of page 2 concludes with that the county is going to take such legal means as may be expedient. And the first line, line 7, is a further declaration of that. It intends to oppose, which means it's going to take action. And the paragraph concludes with affirmation that it's going to take action. If you change,
I got you.
yeah, if you change that.
I did
to
not get a
opposition-
first and second on that, so
Yeah, I got it. Opposing,
you can't oppose, you can't litigate if you haven't stated it.
I want to leave 7 through 9 alone. Thank you.
I
Okay.
would like to ask,
Including the word "the" instead of putting its citizens in there?
apparently,
Restriction on
Our-
its citizens' rights to keep and bear arms.
apparently we
instead of the.
probably should be careful when we get into legal matters, and our DDA is advising us to leave those alone, if you will.
Well, I was just asking him
Oh, sorry.
if you're also saying that under line 8, unconstitutional restrictions on its citizens' right to keep and bear arms, or unconstitutional, as it's written, it's unconstitutional restrictions on the right to keep and bear arms. Do we want to do the citizens or the?
Its citizens is okay in my mind. It doesn't change the intent. It is a bit more specific and clarifies we're focusing on the citizens of Nye County and their rights.
I'm good with it.
Leave it, yeah.
Okay?
Can we change it then? to
Yes,
citizens?
you got that one.
Okay. And then the very last one was just where we changed it already, which was to add county to the end of the Second Amendment, sanctuary county.
On number 11.
On number 11.
Okay,
Second.
got it.
Okay, thank you.
What did you have, Leo? Or-
That was it, yeah, just wanted.
All right, we're done.
Excuse me, who's got this, Kelly or Samantha? Miss Stackett? All I'm gonna ask you is, would you like to read that again, so we can all move along that with you and we all agree in agreement?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Okay, so starting on the first page, line 14. Whereas
Line-
the night,
Wait, line 2.
2,
Yeah.
County.
Sanctuary County.
oh, in the title.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was writing these down, just,
Okay,
yeah.
following along.
Okay, so the title has changed to a resolution declaring Nye County a Second Amendment sanctuary county. And line 14. Whereas the Nye County Board of Commissioners.
Line,
Line 7, we changed could to shall.
Was that accepted?
that was not.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
Then let me cross it out. That was my fault. Okay.
14.
14. Commissioners does hereby express its deep commitment.
Correct.
Okay.
15,
16, Commissioners does hereby express opposition.
19,
Correct.
Commissioners does hereby express its intent to.
21,
Wait, I heard a motion that said the Nye County Board of County Commissioners does hereby intend to stand. And we got rid of the express its.
Was that accepted?
Good question.
I think so, because I wrote intend.
I'll accept it. How's that?
It's
There
okay.
we go.
So, does hereby intend to stand?
Yes.
Correct.
And line 22.
21.
21?
state.
Oh, yeah.
First motion.
I already had that in there.
That- Yeah, I went through that one earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 22, rights, comma, and will use such legal means.
Correct.
It was,
Keep going.
and will use all such,
It was just will.
all legal means, I guess it was.
Protect the rights. Is it S after
Right
rights?
gets an S on
Yes.
line 22.
I've got
So
that.
can we read that again, please?
Yes. Rights, comma, and will use such legal means at its disposal to protect the rights of the citizens.
Thank you.
And then page 2, line 3,
Correct?
Commissioners hereby intends to uphold the Second Amendment.
Correct?
Line 8, unconstitutional restrictions on the citizens' rights or right to keep.
Should it be right or rights? Read again.
Unconstitutional restrictions on its citizens' right to keep and bear arms.
S.
Okay. And last on line 11, 10 and 11, Second Amendment sanctuary county.
Excellent. So I have a first and a second, and it has been read again by staff. Is there any further comment?
Sharon Worley, Nye County Sheriff. first of all want to thank you very much for taking these actions today. It shows the backbone of Nevada, not just Nye County, that we believe in the Constitution of the United States, and we believe in the Second Amendment, and we believe in our citizens. And I just wanted to tell you, I thank you very much
Well,
for all of us.
Thank
No.
you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Sheriff, your
All you're doing.
support when it comes to this county and guaranteeing that we take care of our citizens has been outstanding.
I just want to say something while she's sitting there. All right, this has got my name on it. This has got my name on it because Sharon wanted this done as soon as possible. So, thank you, Sharon. Sheriff.
Thank you.